How's it going, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Seth. I'm your local real estate agent here in San Antonio. And today we're going to be talking about changes in the market from 2023 all the way through 25. And we're going to see if now is the right time for you to buy. So stick around. So if you're in the market of purchasing a home, maybe you're moving from out of city or out of state and you're coming to San Antonio, we're going to kind of walk through and talk through what to expect, how much you can expect to pay, and what the market is doing. And so we're going to start in 2023. Right now, the average in 2023 was 340,826. Okay? That was still in a lot of the inflation boom that took place after COVID. And then following year, 2024, we see those averages drop down to 335,315. So we see a decline. And now what we're seeing here in 2025, as of this month, 334,348 is your current average. So you can see that the prices of homes are consistently going down over the last 3 years. And that is because we are in a buyer's market. And so I'm sure you're wondering, what does it mean to be in a buyer's market? What does it mean for the actual availability? What does it mean for the prices of homes available? And so let's go through that. All right, we're going to start talking about new listings. And what we see is in 2023, there was 29,502 new listings. The following year in 2024, that went up by 1.3%, bringing us to 29,876. And in 2025, we see another jump where it goes up 5.7%, for a total of 31,585 new listings. And so what do we notice? We notice that the new listings from 2023 all the way through 2025 are gradually rising. And we went through the average price and we noticed that they're steadily declining. And that's part of the things that makes a buyer's market. We start to see more inventory available, and we start to see the prices start to come down. So we have one trend line going down with average prices and one trend line going up with available listings. And so as we continue to go through more and more of these market stats, it's going to give you a better idea of what it truly means to be in that buyer's market. So we talked about the different trend lines between the pricing that is consistently going down, the available listings that is consistently going up. But the other thing that we need to talk about that represents a buyer's market is days on market. This means how many days was it from when the home was listed to when the home was sold. So in 2023, the average days on market was 27 days. Things were flying off the shelf left and right. People were buying and things were crazy and prices were up. And so that's indication of the seller's market. And so the following year in 2024, we see a 59.3% increase on days on market. All of a sudden, it starts to be around 43 days on days on market. And then now here in 2025, we see another 20.9% increase with an average days on market of 52 days. And so what does that mean? It means that prices are coming down, things are available, there's a lot of homes available, and they're sitting on the market for a little bit longer. And so these are all indicators of things that are representative of a buyer's market. And so we've talked about these different trend lines, from the prices going down to the number of listings going up to the days on market being longer and longer as we go more into this buyer's market. And one of the other indicators that we see that we're in a buyer's market is going to be our months of inventory. Now, in 2023, we had about 2.5 months of inventory. Things once again were flying off of the shelf. They were not staying on the market very long. And that was just part of the market trends at that point in time. As things have started to get a little bit harder to live, as inflation has gone up and cost of living has gone up, we're starting to see the month of inventory stack up. So we saw a 44% increase in 2024, leading to about 3.6 months of inventory. And now, currently in April of 2025, we're seeing around 4.5 to 5 months of inventory based on the market stats in the area. And so when we combine all of these things, we see prices coming down, we see inventory going up, we're seeing the days on market being longer and longer. These are all indicators of a buyer's market here in San Antonio. Now, don't get this wrong. There are still some parts of San Antonio that are extremely desirable. There's some parts of San Antonio that are still selling like hotcakes, that are not seeing reduced numbers. But as a market as a whole, for the whole market of San Antonio, these are the trend lines that we're seeing. And so if you're moving from out of city or out of state, right now is a fantastic time to purchase as a buyer. You're going to have a greater likelihood of putting in a good offer, maybe getting that price down even more, getting seller concessions, which is helping you on your closing cost, as well as maybe even some seller repairs. So in a market that's a seller's market, you don't have those same opportunities as you do in a buyer's market. Now, like I said, there are some parts of San Antonio that may not be the case. However, there is such a large part of San Antonio that is the case, that we are going to be able to find you and your family the home that fits for your needs and get you an awesome deal, simply because that is what the market is allowing. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'd love to help you on your home buying journey. Speak to you soon.